Hello and welcome back to Cynthia's Conversation. On today's topic, we're going to talk about the video that has been circulating on social media about a boy in Ireland who has a meltdown and knocked down every single seasoning. I'm not sure what the seasoning was,
pepper,
but
crayfish.
But first, let me introduce my panel. On my right hand, I have Amaka, and then on my left hand, I have Yvonne, and on my left, I have my beautiful niece, which is Ellen. Ellen, we all have watched.
It's only her niece so that she calls beautiful though.
Okay, so my beautiful friend Amaka,
okay.
and my beautiful friend,
my beautiful entangled friend.
Anyway, ladies, we have seen the video.
Yep.
Okay, we have seen the video, and this went absolutely boom on the internet. That I literally said internet on meltdown. Some people are saying the boy is being spoiled. You know, Europe children are spoiled. The parents, the mom needs to send it back to Nigeria. Some people are saying, oh, because the father doesn't have the presence of the father. Some people are saying the mental health. So, ladies, who wants to go first?
The boy has had his own
oh yeah, but first of all, let's talk about the video, and then we will talk about his own response to the video. So, who wants to go first?
Let's start with the youth.
Okay. Yes.
Youth. Okay.
Obodo Ibo children.
Obodo Ibo children.
Okay. Elliot, what do you make of the video?
As a youth who has been raised in Ireland, I can categorically tell you that that child did not have a meltdown because he has some sort of mental disorder. The mental disorder that he may have now has been caused by the trauma his parents have put him through. This is speaking from experience of what I have seen growing up. There is a problem with the black community.
I'm not fighting you, you're making me scared now. That's it, it's me.
No, but that's a very good point.
Yes, go on. There is a problem within the black community in Ireland. There is this belief that once you bring your children to Europe or you have them in Europe, you expect the government to do everything. It doesn't work that way. You are still responsible for that child until you die. Not even when they're 18, until you die. You are responsible for that child. If you mistreat a child for so long, it goes back to oppression. When you continue to oppress somebody for so long, eventually they will blow up.
Yeah.
And they will respond back to you, and that's exactly what he did. So for me, the people who are saying that he's spoiled, go back and do your research. He's not spoiled. He is reacting to years of oppression from his parents.
All right, absolutely, I like that point.
Right, I totally like, because when I saw that, I knew that that boy had had a breakdown. So I'm not saying, I don't think they said he had mental health problems. They think he had a mental breakdown because of what was happening. Those that used the word mental wasn't because he had mental health issues. Was because the boy had a breakdown. And then you said, the thing is, those people that said his fault know that he has been oppressed by the parents. To them, to most African parents, well, no matter how your parents oppress you, they know they're oppressing you. It's only spoiled child that will react like that.
That's not true.
No, I'm telling you that is how they think. I'm not saying it's true or not true. I'm just telling you from you. So those people that said his fault, it's not that they're not aware that the parents have oppressed him. It's just that his reaction to them, his reaction with spoiled child. Do you understand? Because usually back home, those that... Let me finish.
Spoiled child, trust me.
Okay, whatever. Can I finish?
Finish.
Because spoiled children to them throw tantrums. Whatever I do to you, you're throwing. So to them, he was throwing a tantrum. That what could she have done to you after she had done to all this? Do you understand? So I'm not agreeing with them that he's spoiled. I said when I saw it that boy has been pushed too far, and the only way she's even lucky.
Oh yeah.
That boy could have used that thing and bashed her on the head, and then that would have been the end of it. Do you understand? So it's not a matter of that's why they say we'll take him back home and blah 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 blah. He's only a sports child. Kids like that, even in Nigeria, have started retaliating. You know, but unfortunately, we don't have the social welfare that will come and carry the child and talk to the child and blah blah blah. But last they'll just be beating the child, and the child will still be screaming. The next thing, they'll probably take them to one church and tell them it's a demon. You know, it's unfortunate, but
Come be doing that
Mind
barabara.
yourself.
Okay. Yvonne, what's your taking on the video, on the boys and the video?
This is my take on this whole situation. Back to African parents. African parents, especially those that come from Nigeria, come from their country to this place, there's a huge expectation of these parents to expect their child to behave the same way as the children are behaving back home. Here. Unfortunately, seeing that the situations are different, you're in a country here where there's access for these children to have a voice. You know, you talked about welfare system. I'm also talking about, like, there's a helpline where children can, in my country, which helpline do you have to call?
It's mainly on enlightened parents as well.
You understand?
On enlightened, because back, I mean, I don't know what I would have done that.
No, let me but that has, I don't think enlightenment has nothing to do with it. It's to do with the individual. It's just, there's that huge expectation, you know, if I talk to you, you keep quiet, you know, you don't talk back, you don't say stuff back. So when you're oppressed, it's as if the youth should be actually grateful that they are being even talked to or oppressed, you know, because you hear things like, why are you behaving? After all, I gave you money, I fed you. So it's like that entitlement. But you're living in a place where the teachings and the way of bringing children up are completely different. Yes, nobody is telling you to forget your culture or but you have to have a balance. Here, children are taught to speak for themselves, to kind of take a bit of responsibility, obviously, when up to a certain age. So when the children here start to talk or to even give an opinion, God forbid that you have an opinion, it becomes a problem. You know, and you go, you know, things like, and then everybody suddenly, which is why you get the views of, it's a spoiled child. You know, it could even be that boy didn't even need to throw that tantrum to be a spoiled child. Just even replying back to his mom already puts him in that, because your mom is talking to you. How dare, you know, how dare you speak? You know, and that's the thing that's like, we need to really, you know, move from there and balance it.
Where I have a problem with most African parents. Okay? Most African parent thinks because we endure what our parents put us through, because of the hardship or because of the environment or because of culture or whatever, that our children should do exactly the same thing. Yep. But times have changed.
Yep.
We are living in a completely era. These children now have an opinion. They know what is right from wrong, regardless of whether I'm your mother, you are my father. If you are wrong, they're not going to buckle up like we buckle up with our fathers. And this is where our Africans parent has a problem. Oh, I used to walk from Ugwabazua to Ring Road.
What the hell is that?
I have no idea. You know what I mean? So for that reason, for the fact that I even have to put you in my car and take you from here to London, it's a problem.
I know.
I know waka, you two go waka. That's the point. And secondly, is this: African parent has this mentality that if my son is misbehaving, I have to go and call auntie and that uncle to come and talk to my child. Do you know whether that uncle and that auntie are the problem that this boy or this girl doesn't want to tell you that these two people who, the funny thing about our life is being played in front of these children. This uncle life has not even fixed his own life. And you want him to come and fix your child life.
You know the best one. You know that uncle that will come, they will tell you Uncle Joseph is coming for Christmas. It will come Christmas 2015. Christmas 2017.
He's still there.
Joseph is still there. He's not paying rent. But he can talk back.
Exactly. But you that
are not paying rent, oh, Uncle Joseph. You came for holiday. The holiday never finished.
No.
You don't get house.
So thank you. But
where's
you see,
your wife and children?
Exactly, that's the point. You know, you see, children live by.
That's why I leave it to the youth.
No, children live by the example. You know, they not really what you read, what they actually go through on a daily basis. Sorry, guys, on a daily basis. But
the Ring road. No, it's the
you guys, no. But honestly, because to me it is, if you haven't put your life in order, who the heck are you to come and tell me how to raise my own child? Because what these African parents are doing is, if they have a problem with their child, instead of to sit down and have a conversation with your child, because the thing is, I always say, including we adults, if I have a problem, I take a step back to know where I went wrong, you know, and learn from it. Sit this child down, have a conversation. And number one problem that most African parents have in Europe, they don't talk to their kids.
Yep.
They do not have a conversation with their kid, number one. They do not have a relationship with their kid, number two. Number three, stop calling pastors and uncles and aunties who their life are upside down to come and help you straighten your own child.
Sorry.
No, it's annoying. No, honestly. This is
Okay, can I talk?
Yes, please.
I'm going to Ring Road now. Before I'm going to okay. Can we get back to the video?
Yes, please.
Okay. She did call the pastors and uncles, as you see. Sorry. But my problem with that video as well, instead of trying to talk to her son and find out what the problem, she was asking for a key. Go and get me the key. Go and get me key from where? You stand there and talk. Did you notice that there was one man that was actually going close to the bar and trying to, and the boy would listen. But this one, you are standing at the door and shouting, and then you put it on social media so that people will do what?
You violated his rights.
That's
you
the
violated
one
his
that
rights.
You
don't take a video of me.
Which is why the boy came out and
talked
talked
to me whether that video can be on
And
social
then,
media.
okay, that brings us back to what the boy says. The boy says the action that we see on that video is
the consequence
a consequence of endless time of pepper. How do you come to Europe and put pepper in your child because your mama put pepper for your own fafalina when you were younger? If you don't know what fafalina is, the woman butterfly. Let's keep it there. So because your mama put pepper right there, fiam, so you now walk up put pepper for your picking your fiam. How? And then you expect the boy not to have a bloody man down.
You see, I'm gonna say something here. The problem that a lot of African parents have is that they come to Europe and they don't think for 1 second that they need to educate themselves on anything.
that's the thing. That's the thing.
You know, we're talking about culture. Even in Africa, these things are not running anymore.
They're not actually.
Children are rising up. We have social media. We are far more powerful than our parents could ever be when they were younger. So yes, our parents endured a lot because everybody in that town is the same.
Not everybody. I don't know this. But
nobody can come and be putting pepper anywhere near me.
You're
gonna really hear it from me.
It's okay.
Because but this whole business of it's culture, it's not culture. We need to stop.
No, nobody said it was culture.
We need to. But a lot of people.
But that's
do
the
say,
thinking. That's the thinking.
People think, oh, it's
That's
culture.
the thinking.
He's spoiled. Why won't she put pepper in his eye?
We don't do like
who
that.
puts pepper in their eye? Nobody's.
They do.
They do. This is the reality.
Back home, they will speak.
I know people I know children who are even younger than me who have told me what their parents have done. I have been there in person.
I'm sure they didn't even put pepper in those children, their parents' eyes.
But I have stopped.
They didn't put.
Yeah, but I have stopped parents from doing things to their children.
Yeah, maybe those parents didn't put pepper in their
and you know what?
Wicked.
Most people, to the ones in Ireland that are watching, will tell you I'm a devil child. That's fine. That's okay. I don't mind. Because you shouldn't be putting pepper in your children.
You shouldn't put pepper in anybody's eye.
And when you start to speak up, they say, hey, don't go and stay with her. She will spoil you. Don't turn to a Igbo. That's the English that they will use. And that is very, very common in Ireland. It's very, very common.
It happens here as well.
Yeah. And then another thing is this. When a relationship ends between a man and a woman, the women tend to put the frustration on the children.
Yep.
Okay, because I'm sorry to say this, majority of men here in Europe have become nuisance. not all nuisance, that when the relationship finish, if
Stop
I'm
entangling.
not sleeping with their mother, then I wouldn't have a relationship with my children. Unfortunately, these women have to play the role of a father and a mother, and then unfortunately again, the children get to bear the brunt of the woman.
To come back to that, I totally agree with that. But remember, you said it's because it involves other nincompoops outside, all those aunties and uncles,
Which their life are upside down.
exactly.
Because the thing is, if
So
you,
they don't
if you
want
call,
you to be happy.
No.
So they don't want you to be happy.
no, you know
You
what
know,
I mean.
so you
If,
understand?
if you call an uncle and said, "Come and talk to Andrew, he's misbehaving," and Andrew will
No, you're
look
not my
at,
dad.
he will look
Don't
at
worry.
that. First of all, look at that uncle. Even him too. No. Hang on, sir. No. Even that uncle have forgotten his children somewhere else for somebody else to take care of. Who don't even know whether they eat or sleep, and then every day go wear trousers and be parabolating in the street and say, "Now you hold the street of UK or Ireland," and then will come sit down and want to talk to the boy. Which ear the boy want to listen to that bullshit wey go come on for your mouth? Because if I was the boy, should I say, "Uncle, before you begin sit here and come and preach to me, where your children?"
Look, most of the time you just walk
And
out.
then even if you want to talk to the uncle now, you go say, I can't sit down there, now you can't cost me. So
No, so the person I blame is the mother.
Exactly.
Because
So-
to bring, like you said rightly, they always bring outside influences. There's nothing wrong being the single parent. You've raised, single parent. But within myself, I have a problem. It's between me and my child.
have a conversation.
I will sit down with my child. If I
Talk
want to
to
kill each
your
other, we'll kill each other.
pikin.
Nobody outside. When they see other, man, you and your son, you love each other. We are finished killing each other. That it's me and my child. Because it's the same thing like they say, if you're having problems in marriage, don't involve people outside. Same thing. Nobody wants any good thing.
Okay, can I?
They probably don't even put pepper in their child's hand. They'll tell you, if you see how I did my own child, I put pepper inside.
Okay.
Say, like,
Can I come in here? If you notice, most of our people, we tend to live in clusters.
that's
Okay?
another thing.
We tend to live in clusters, and a lot of people don't know how to come and find their way. They always rely on somebody. And the minute they rely on somebody, there is that eternal obligation to be obligated to that. So
English,
even
obligation.
an entanglement.
The obligation
So-
to be obligated.
They get this, it's as if, because, there's this entitlement and, because you helped me do this, then there's this eternal debt that I have to pay towards you.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean I should bring it to my family problems.
No, I'm just, that's how it
that is
starts.
our family problem.
That's
Our
how it
family
starts.
now, it's
No,
our
but-
brothers, our
No,
brothers,
but
our
that's
uncles,
how
our this.
that's how it starts. So the peer, that there's this peer pressure to follow and belong to
A certain
people,
group.
to a certain group that you just unconsciously or consciously you abide by their invisible laws and rules, which is why you see some people, they are like they are choking, but they don't know how to come out. You understand? And you find it more like, especially when church is now involved in it. You understand? Church now involved in it.
All night preaching.
Yeah.
So
So
go pray for that picking head.
exactly. So
And the child that they are praying in the head is sitting down
exactly. So you see a woman that she knows what to say to her child, or she knows the situation to be, but because of the circle, God forbid, I can't do that. And that's the situation people have put themselves in, and which is why these things happen a lot.
And this is why we need people to be enlightened. We are
Yeah,
in a new
exactly.
age. We
Enlightenment.
all these parents that are here that they don't know how to get out. Why do you have 3 phones and you don't know how to Google? You don't know how to Google.
No, let me tell you, one, now to talk to untangle her and untangle her and untangle her. Then I have another one to untangle the people where they back home, because that one where they back home, if you carry and go outside, you go they drive, somebody will just call you, say, sit here, you feel mash break, go hit somebody. So that one stays home. So I know they use that one Google. Guys, I personally think we should talk to our children. Sometimes some conversation are hard. Some conversation will give you a mental breakdown after you finish it. But most importantly, listen to your children. You have to listen, because If your child feel that you cannot mentally handle what is about to tell you, he wouldn't say it. And that's where they build up this thing in their mind, and until it get to the point, I beg Andrea, I feel like I get pepper, not throw away for my grand. If I just talk to
Don't
you.
oppress the child. That's basic. No, it's not even that. Don't oppress the child.
I think
do not oppress the child, because you push someone so far to the wall, and they'll have to come back. Just my problem is
and
just
fight
oppress.
back.
Don't oppress the child. Do not oppress
Educate
the
yourself,
child.
for goodness
Thank
sake.
you.
And be
And
open.
I mean, of course, it's not everything the child says that is right.
And then
So you
take
talk
all
to
the
child.
uncles and the auntie
Out
away
of the equation.
and speak to your children. Talk to your children. Uncle
All
Bros,
this beating and
I
putting
hope
pepper in
you
the
don't
eye.
have another mental again to ram down. This time maybe now all you go throw away. Until then, guys.
Yes, sir.
Bye.
Bye.